it's not just knowing how to play football or just getting the talent. In football now, I got to realize that there are levels in football. Like you might know how to play football normally, you get the talent, but you need to understand that there are levels to football. And when you get to some level, you just need to adapt. You just need to adapt. You have the talent, but you need to adapt to be able to click.
Hello, hello, hello. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be watching or listening to us from. My name is Ayoti, and this is the home of Nigerian football podcast on EaglesTracker. With me, as always, I have a special guest. This time, it's a player for FC Zurich of Switzerland. I'm talking about Emmanuel Umeh. Emmanuel, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. I'm happy to be here. Hello, everyone.
Yes. So first of all, I always like to start my conversations by asking my guests, how are you? How are you doing? Because health, life is the most important thing.
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. Can't complain. Everything is okay with me. So we thank God. I'm fine, totally.
All right, good to hear. Okay, I'll ask you how is Switzerland? Because I've spoken to your teammate, Ifeanyi Matthew,
Yeah.
before, and he was telling me he's like, this place is so expensive, everything just costs.
I
So
know that I
how
know that
is
will be
how
the
is it?
first I know that will be the first thing that you say. I know that will be the first thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Actually, it's actually very, very expensive. I think it's like one of the most expensive in the world like this. I think
Wow.
maybe top three or so like that. But it's really, really expensive. When I first came, I was like, okay, I heard it's quite expensive, but like I didn't feel it yet. So when I came and I was like, wow, wow, wow. It's really expensive, yeah, but it's top. It's a top country. Everything is okay, but it's just quite expensive just to
Mm.
know. Yeah.
How about the weather, the people? How is all that?
Yeah, the weather, I think the weather is okay, but now it's a little bit cool because we entering the winter, so
Mm.
it's a bit cool. But in the summer, it's always hot as well. But I've not experienced the main winter here because I heard it's extremely cold in the winter.
Mm.
But now it's just little bit cold there. But I think the this one is just like little bit of it.
Mm.
But it's getting cold lately, yeah.
Okay. But you came from Bulgaria, so I think isn't Bulgaria cold as well? Or?
Yeah, Bulgaria, it's cold, but it's not so cold. It's not so cold,
Mm.
but during the winter, like winter proper, yeah, it gets cold. It gets cold, but it's not really, really as cold like that. Yeah.
Mm. Okay, okay. Let's get into the conversation about you. Can you tell me, where did you grow up? How was life like for you growing up?
Um. Okay. I grew up in the northern part. Though my dad is a military man. It's in the so I grew
Mm.
up in the barracks, in the army barracks. So they don't stay at one place. At some point they posted us. But I've only been in two barracks. I've been in the north, in Keffi. That was in Nasarawa State. In Nasarawa State, so the barracks there. So they gave it to me there. I grew up there, and then we relocated to the east. Abia, that's where I'm originally from, my state. And they
Mm.
posted my dad also to our state, our local government, the barracks there. So that's where we've been and until he retired. So those are like the two places we lived. I grew up, but aside the other travels for football and stuff, yeah. But originally I was given birth to in Keffi. I grew up there and then at Abia State in the barracks in Ohafia. So those are the
Mm,
two
nice.
places originally, yeah.
So do you speak any Hausa?
Yeah, little. Yeah, yeah. I think I'm getting to forget a little bit, but I speak Hausa. Yeah, I understand Hausa for sure.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, so how did you, growing up in the barracks, how did you get into football?
Um, I don't know, but like I think in the barracks we love football. The kids, oh my god, we love football too much in the barrack. Like there are a lot of talents in the army barracks, especially because me, I grew up in the barracks, so I don't know for others, but in the barracks, there are a lot of talents. Like so, we love football. We just go to play. It's just something we do on the streets like that everywhere. We play football when we come back from school like this. We just go in the evenings. We play. We just play, 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 and it's something like your my age mates, my friends, then we just do it every time. It's like we don't rest. Even the our parents and the other parents in the back, they be like, these children, how do they rest? Because every time we keep playing football on the street football like that, like that, like that. It's just something we love. And me personally, my dad, he loves football so much, like he loves football, and so I think that's where I got to. I grew up. I just love football. I just saw myself playing football, just like that. I just love it from a very little age. So I didn't even know when I started liking football. I just saw
Hmm.
myself play football, and I've been playing it
Hmm.
like that.
Okay, and I mean, I'm assuming you used to play football, so I'm assuming you were watching football as well while you were growing up.
Yeah.
So which team did you support?
I'm a Chelsea fan.
Ah,
I'm a
okay, okay,
Chelsea
okay.
fan. Yeah.
I'm a Chelsea fan as well, so I like that. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I'm a Chelsea fan.
who were some of the players that you really liked, maybe even became your role model?
In football generally, okay. Let me start from Chelsea. Let me start from Chelsea because
Okay.
I think I love DJ Drogba a lot. It was like one of my mentors like that. I like him because of Drogba. I love the jersey number 11. It was because of Drogba originally, because then my dad used to take us to watch Chelsea game because he's also Chelsea fan, a strong one. So he takes us to the viewing centers. We just sit with him on the floor because they were like other soldiers like in the barracks. So they have like a mess where they watch their games. So he just takes us and they will sit on the floor. He sits with his friends like that, and they will just sit in front of him, we watch like that. So it continues. We grew up like that, and so all of us we became Chelsea fans. I was like everyone. So I liked Drogba a lot, and also in football generally, I love Neymar Jr., Messi, Cristiano. I just love the top players. They are my role model because seeing them play consistently on the top level, it makes me. I want to be like them. I want to like follow how their career process. How they grow, how they do these things. So I watch them. I research about them, things I need to learn, to keep me going, in that level. So, but I like to watch like entertaining players like Neymar. I watch other players, JJ Okocha, Ronaldinho, like this, Robinho, players like that. Yeah, I like to watch them also.
Hmm.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. And playing football in the barracks, almost every young boy, in Nigeria is playing football. So how did you go from playing football in the barracks to actually, academy football and being on that path of playing football seriously? How did that happen for you?
For me, because playing in the barracks. We're just playing, it's not like an academy football then, we're just playing. And then at some point in my life, I was speaking with my dad, and it was like, I told him I want to go into an academy. And my dad has been really supportive. He didn't stop me from playing football or like opposing me on any other thing. He just want me to, okay, get educated and then just do your thing, play your football. Because my dad also, he likes football a lot. He didn't get the chance to play professional football. But so when he saw me, I was like, people were coming to him like, this your son is really good. Let him put him in a football academy, stuff like that. So the comments they keep coming to my dad, like people do tell him. So it got to a point, me, I just told him, me, I want to go into the football academy. And he was like, okay, he will see to that. And then I, how it happened was I was working for one man I knew from the barracks like that, but he doesn't live in the barrack. So I was working under him, and one day, just his friend came, and I was like, we were just having conversation, and I told him, me, I'm good in football. I'm looking for an academy that will just live here, just
Mm.
leave the work and just go into my thing because something like that. And then he was like, his friend, the guy's name is like Ukiwe. So I just knew him from there. He do comes to his friend, get some things, buy some things. And so from there we had the conversation. And he was like, his friend is trying to open an academy. So if I would like to go for trials or to try, that's the right to me academy I actually graduated
Mm.
from. So and I was like, for sure, I would want to. And then he contacted my boss, Mr. Kelechi of Right to Win. So it was like, there's this boy, so I don't know. So actually he told me to come so he can watch me. I went there, I played with one team because then the original trials for the academy hasn't started yet. So I went there
Mm.
and then he just watched me with just a random team. I just played with them. And then when he saw me for just like 5 minutes and he said, okay, you can come for the open trials.
Mm.
So that was how I came for the date, the scheduled date. I just came and I was with them, the whole players and the trials, and then I just played and I was selected among the boys that started the academy. So we
Okay.
started the academy together, and that was how everything. I didn't play like to just there. I just went there for the trials. I played and I was selected. I joined the academy, started playing with them till everything up to today like this.
Wow,
That was how it
amazing.
happened.
That's very interesting, and joining the academy, playing, I don't know how many years you were in the academy for, but at what point did you say this football thing, like I can actually become a professional? When did it become very serious for you?
Um, because okay, for me, I always had this mindset that I'm gonna be a professional football player right from time. I
Mm.
always had the mindset, this is just what I don't have any option. Like for me, it's like football and football. I just have to be a professional. I always have the mindset in my head. I don't have a plan B. For me, it's always I don't have a plan B. I must just become a professional. So help me God. I just work, work, work.
Mm.
But I just believe in me. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you understand what I mean. I just have this feeling that
I
I will be
understand.
a professional football player. This is just what I have to be. So I just kept working. And in the academy, as I was just believing. Football is not like you just say you know the day or something just happens. But we just keep playing, going, praying to God like this. So I was playing, but I have the faith, the confidence. I have the confidence that I will be a professional. And today, I just thank God it happened. But I've always believed, in the academy, I got there, I developed because I learned a little bit more. I learned more because then I was just playing on the streets. And then in the academy, I learned a little bit more of serious football like this and just kept going and until everything just clicked.
Wow, amazing. Amazing. And it's very interesting to hear that you didn't have a plan B, because if it works out, or when it works out, is fantastic. But sometimes people might say, "Oh no, you need to have a backup, just in case." But
Yeah,
I'm happy. I'm happy you knew what you wanted. You stuck to it, and obviously we're talking now, so you achieved it. So that's great.
yeah,
Okay, can you tell me a little bit? Playing in Right to Win. I mean,
yeah,
we have a lot of young Nigerian footballers, talented players. Everybody's dream is to be able to make it to Europe, leave Nigeria, get into better conditions. So how
yeah.
did you finally get that opportunity to, you know, make that step out of Nigeria?
Okay. In Right to Win, we played various scouting programs. Even my boss, Mr. Kelechi, he brings scouts also from abroad, from various clubs. He has partners, so he invites them to the academy, organizes programs, and then we play with other teams, and then players get selected and we also get invited for like other academies programs like that. So we travel a lot, like a lot, see gave us platform to showcase our talent to foreign scouts like this. So a lot, it was a lot, like a lot of scouting programs, a lot. We played and played and played. So I think it was the Vista program. You know, I was in Vista. It was the Vista program that finally I've been in different programs a lot more, but it was the Vista one that like worked worked because that was the program I traveled. I think we played at Uyo. I got selected and we played the selected side also against Aqua United. And I played the selected side and got selected finally. And from there, that's how I traveled. We were like 17 then that were selected. I traveled to Russia then. So it was just like the platform was like scouting programs like this. So that was how I got scouted also by Paul with his partners, Agent Paul and his partners, you know. So that was how it happened. We were like 17, we got scouted, and we finally made the final selections. And just like that, everything worked, and we traveled. So that
Mm.
was how I got the opportunity.
And in which year did you move to Vista? Because I mean, I saw that you moved to Vista, but you didn't play any match there. So what
In
year? What year
Vista,
was this?
no, Vista
Yeah.
was like a developmental program. It wasn't like a
Okay.
professional. So that was why the matches they are not on the net. But we played a lot. We played in a league, but it's like a region championship. It's not
Mm.
a professional club. So it was like young boys, 15, 17, 16, like this. So develop, and then after you turn 18, if you're good, God helps you get a professional contract, you know. So we moved, I think 2021 was December, like late 2021. So I would just say
Okay.
2022 like that. But it was 2021, December. So
Mm.
December 1st, 2021, that was when we traveled. And
Mm.
then, so that was the period I went to
Okay.
Vista. And I was there like, I think, like 8 months or something like this. I got contract,
Okay,
something like
and
that.
I learned that while you were, a young player, you were rejected by the under 17 national team. Is that true?
Yeah, I've been there. I've been there in the under 17s, you know, but I didn't make it. I didn't make it. I don't know, but I've been there. I didn't make it. So and then I made the under 21 after.
Mm.
So it was like, but it was really, you know, then every young player's dream is to like represent Nigeria, you know, play this thing. And me personally, I wanted to represent Nigeria at that age, at that point in my youth also, and also in the senior level, you know, it's always like our dream. And so I've been there before. It was like good opportunity for me. And you know how it is, many players, all of us, we fought, we played, and like this. In the end, the list came out. I wasn't there like this. So we just kept working, you know. Yeah, but I was there. I was
Mm.
there.
Okay, okay. And I mean, you bounce back like you said, so I'm sure it is a moot point now. Okay, let's now talk about Botev Plovdiv. So
Yeah.
you are in Vista, in this developmental program, like you said. How did Botev Plovdiv, see you and then declare their interest in you? How did that come about?
I think both of Plovdiv as a club, I think the owners or they have like a relationship with Vista. I think it's the same owner, something like this. So with the Vista Academy, it's like where they bring young players, they train them, and then the good players, if they are convinced, you know, they can give you a contract to try from there, you know, and then to see. And then God helps you kill it like that. And then so that was how it is for me because I wasn't the only player that went from Vista to like the other of my friends like Akiri, the other guy from Ivory Coast and the Christian Lukaki now. So it was like the same. We were there, we played. And then I think the Vista and the Botev, you know, is the same like the owner, the partner, you know they work they work hand in hand, you know. So it's just like the junior version, you know. So that was how it is. The relationship is there. I think the same owner that runs it, something like that.
Mm, okay. And when you joined Botev Plovdiv, now you're signing for a real club, even though you started in their second team. but at least there's a clear path. You know that, okay, if you do well in the second team, you make it to the first team, your
Yeah.
professional career is officially on the way. When that signing eventually happened, how did you feel? Who was the first person that you called? But they don't sign me, how was that?
It was crazy. It's my family. My family. I just I called because I called my sister. Yeah, I told my sister because already my boss knew. He knew because everything we do with my boss and like that, so they knew. So it was my family. I spoke with them because they were like together. So I called my sister and then I broke it to them. They were so happy. Me personally, it was like a dream. It was like a dream. I was so happy. I was super happy because this has always been my dream to be a professional player. And then
Mm,
the day I signed, I was just like, wow. I was so happy. I was super happy. I was like, okay, now the job starts. You need to wake up now. So I was just talking to myself. I'll be like, now this is all you've always wanted and you've got it. Now you need to kill it. Something like
mm,
this. So I just told my family, they were super happy. I was happy as well. I was super happy, like a dream come true. So
mm.
I was really, really happy. I was really, really happy.
I can only imagine. I mean, it must be, to achieve your goal, something that you've been working hard at for so long. It can only be a great feeling. But moving to Europe now, going into a professional system, what would you say was the biggest shock that you experienced? Something that caught you off guard that you were not expecting.
Yeah, for me, I would say it's the level, you know, it's the level. It's not just knowing how to play football or just getting the talent. In football now, I got to realize that there are levels in football. Like you might know how to play football normally, you get the talent, but you need to understand that there are levels to football. And when you get to some level, you just need to adapt. You just need to adapt. You have the
Mm,
talent, but you need to adapt to be able to click. I don't know if you get what I mean. Yeah. So that was like my biggest show because every step I go, like I feel it's like it's something different. The level. And then I say, okay, and with time, you click. You just need to adjust. It's just like something you have to adjust. You need to adjust. Each time you go to each level, you need to adjust. That's just it. And this is something I like when I started. This is something I found out like by myself, like quickly, you know. So it's something I would always say in football there are different levels. So it's like step by step. And when you get there, you just need to adjust, try to adapt, you know. So and sometimes you get to some place where you see the football is it's quicker, like professional football, not like the academy. When I'm from the academy, okay, it was like okay, when you go into professional, you don't have too much time to like
mm,
relax on the ball. You need to make quick decisions. You need to do everything fast. So I was like, when I started and going to the first team, I think my first few games for the first team, like maybe 5, 10 minutes, like that. Everything was different. It was like you needed to take quick decisions. If not, they will eat you. They don't joke. They don't joke. It was like different. So you just have to have it in the back of your mind. You have to be quick. You have to be more quicker because here they are professionals and they've been in the system. So, coming from our academy, okay, you have the talent, you can do things with the ball, but you need to know here they don't give you time to like think so much. And so
mm,
it's like that. Every level also, even in the professional, every level also is like that. Intensity, the level is always different. So this is like one thing I was shocked about because I was like, before you be think, I know be football. If you ask somebody now, they'll say, I know be
mm,
football. They just put me there and play. But now the level, you feel it like, yeah, you need to adapt quick. You need to make
mm,
quick decisions when you go higher. That's just how it is. So
mm,
for me, this is like something I got to like notice real quick. Yeah.
mm. And do you think is that the reason why some youth players, because we see so many players that at under 17, you're like, wow, this guy is so good. But then
Yeah.
when they get to a professional setting, it doesn't really happen like that for them. So do you think that the problem maybe is that adaptation to a new level and being able
Yeah,
to step up?
yeah. Me, I think for me personally, I think it's the adaptation because if you watch these players, you see these players, they are really good. Like it's not like they're not good anymore. It's not like they don't have the talent or they can't do the things they do. Like you've seen them do. It's not like they can't do it, but it's just that okay, they're playing against professionals that are even ahead of them, in experience and everything, you know. So they have to even do like maybe think 3 steps ahead of them to be able
Mm,
to. It's like something like that. So when you don't adapt really quick, it gets difficult. It's not like they are not good or they can't. Yeah, but if you're lucky, you adapt quicker and then you just click into the system. So it's like that. Some people it really takes time to adapt. Why some they click in quick, they can just adapt. So the adaptation process is really different for everybody. But me, I
mm,
think it's the adaptation. But it's not like they are not good or they don't have the talent or they can't play in their level yet.
mm. Okay. And when you ask people about, say, maybe the English league, they tell you it's very physical, quick style of play. People
Yeah.
say, oh, the Spanish league is very technical. So how would you describe the Bulgarian league? Because it's not a league that Nigerians are too familiar with. How would you describe the style of play there?
Yeah, the Bulgarian league, the style of play there, I think the Bulgarian league is just like I'll say not like physical as the Premier League. It's actually different level, yeah. But yeah, also there is just a lot of running, you need to sprinting, space football, like you need to sprint, but you don't have too much time to on the ball because they come at you and the league come at you. They don't give you time to like relax on the ball. They just running, running, running like that, yeah. So they don't like give you space like that, like how people think. They come at you and when you don't actually eat you like that. So it's just more of like a league that when you have speed, as a player with speed, yeah, you can succeed there because if you're quick, because I think the players there are not really fast, like the defenders, I would say, like
Mm,
they're not really, really quick. When you're quick, yeah, I think you succeed there. It's like it's not really too much technical league like that, like the top leagues. But it's okay. It's okay.
mm. Okay,
And they
okay,
also
okay.
have some good teams there because they also go in Europe, compete in Europe, and like this. When you play against this team, you see those teams, they are really technical and stuff like that. But the
Mm,
league generally, it's okay. It isn't bad.
okay. Do you remember your first goal? Playing professional football, do you remember your very first goal?
Yeah, I remember. That was on my debut.
Mm.
That was on my debut as well.
Can you describe the goal for us? How was it?
Yeah, the goal. I think the video I still have it. But the goal was like, okay, I think there was a long ball. I was playing as a striker in that game. So there was a
Mm,
long ball, and then I contested for the ball, and then it was like the defender won the ball back, and then it went to our player. He went to our player, and then the guy had the ball. His intention was to shoot. Actually, he wanted to shoot because I was like with the defenders like this, and then he was a winger. The ball was with him, and then he caught inside. He dribbled past one player. He wanted to shoot, and then I think he missed the step, and then a player was coming at him. He couldn't shoot, and then he just like touched the ball forward to my direction, straight to me, and then me, I just controlled the ball. I mean, I controlled the ball. I turned the ball. I just touched the ball. I turned at the defender, the two of them, and I just like with my right foot, I moved the ball to my left. The other guy launched a challenge. I used the other left foot, push it through their middle. I just go in their middle like that with the right and the left foot, pam pam, and they were gone. And the goalkeeper was coming. I just used my left foot, shoot on the other post, and it was a goal,
mm,
just like that. And that was my very first goal as a professional. That was on my debut game as a
mm.
professional in the second team.
Amazing.
That
And
was
I
that was
think I think you only played 3 games for the second team before they moved you up.
yeah, yeah,
Mm. So when
yeah.
they told you, no, okay, come, we want you to play with the first team now, you know,
Yeah.
how was that one? Because like you said, every higher level you go to, you have to adapt. So
Yeah.
now going from the second team to the first team, how easy or difficult was it for you to adapt?
Yeah, because I think the level in the first team and the second team was low, it was not as the first team, because for me, when I went there, because I was playing with the second team, I was training with the first team. I was training with the first team. I played with the second team then, like that. Then I trained with the second team. Sometimes I trained with the first team. It was just like that. But I trained more with the first team, more
Mm.
than the second team. But I play more games then I play games with the second team, those 3 games. So the level when I went to the first team, it was really high, yeah. The trainings, because we had really other senior experienced players as well, and the training quality was totally different. You see the techniques, the touches, everything, how they press, the intensity when they play. It was going fast for me in my eyes. It was going fast, and how they train, because they've been in this system, like, So the ball was moving fast. Everything was a little bit quicker, and so I just kept going. I just had to adapt, and it didn't take me long to adapt. I feel like it's just something that I'm just, lucky. God just helps me, It doesn't take time. It might just take a little bit, but I'll just click. Wherever I find myself, I just try to be like them. I just try to, okay, this is how they do it. This is how, and I ask questions also, because then was Tochuku was there, and it was like the first friend I made there, like, because also Ake was there and we were playing in Vista, and some guys were friends, but
Mm.
I was more closer to Chuku, so, and he was playing then, he was playing, so we had little chats also, and he was like telling me, you need to put body, say here, no be Vista, according to how he does say it. Say here, no be Vista, you need to understand. He did kill them for that. He watched the games in the second team also. He saw how I played like that, and was like, good game, bro. Like, so he texted me. I think after a few games with it, he texted me. He was like, bro, because we Nigerians now, so he was like, bro, good game, you're doing good. So he was just like encouraging me, talking to me. And then when I came to first team, he was like telling me, it's totally different level. You need to put body, like that. No fear, nothing, no reason, anything like that. So I think they also helped me, because seeing some of my friends too there, and like Nigerian guys also, and then we're together, we're doing it together, training together. So it wasn't so hard for me, but it was really fast. I just had to adjust to the level. I just had to adjust to the level, like I said, with the first team, and then with time like that, it was just like normal thing, you know.
Mm.
So
Mm. Amazing, amazing. And I think in your first season playing in the first team, I think you played, was it 14 matches
yeah,
in the league and you scored one goal.
yeah,
So obviously, then you're still trying to establish yourself, but you're a forward
yeah,
player. I know you want to score goals, you want to
yeah.
get assists. So having one goal in your first 14 games, did you feel like I know do enough, or how did you feel?
Yeah, okay. Like for me, that was like my okay with the first team. That was like okay, my first experience, in the league like that. And then I was playing like I was coming in like maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes like that in those games. Like I didn't have enough time also, but I've always wanted to score, do more like that. As a forward player, it's normal to be hungry for goals. So. I kept trying, even with the 5 minutes like that. I kept trying. And finally, I got the one goal, and then the season finished like that. In my mind, normally, I wasn't satisfied also, because for me, it's not an excuse coming in, because I just had to try. But at one point, I was like, okay, it's like I'm getting to get the experience to see how it works. Okay, next season we'll see, because now at least okay, the confidence is there. I've gotten into it like proper. I played a couple of games like this, so in my head I was like, not like I was satisfied, but I was like, okay, it was like a first start, and you're not even like
Mm.
fully inside, then I was like, okay, next season I need to kill it like that. So I had these thoughts, and yeah, so
Mm.
that was it.
Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Okay, and I believe in that your first season, towards the end of the season, was when you got called up to the national team, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken. Mm. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about national team. You were not selected for the squad that made the AFCON, the under 20 AFCON, but you were selected for the under 20 World Cup.
yeah,
So how did that happen? Because most of the time people would expect that the coach would carry a similar squad, maybe the players that he already knows, to the World
yeah.
Cup. So how did it happen for you that even though you were initially on the outside, you came into the team?
Towards the end of that season, I was playing, and the AFCON, it was just like, it was me and Tochukwu. We were just training, and one day they just called me they just called us at the club. I was like, we've been invited, stuff like that. And I was really happy. I was really happy. I don't know how the system works. I don't know how the system works, how they scout the players like that. But that day, I think we just finished training. We had a big game the night before against Levski. And then the next day, they just called us in the office. I was like, we got invitation, something like that. And me, I was happy. I was shocked because this is what I've always wanted, So that was just how it happened. For me, it was like a shock also. It was like a shock, and I was really happy. I was really happy.
Mm. But going into that tournament, obviously it's under 20, but getting the chance to represent your country at a World Cup, how
Yeah.
was the feeling for you?
Ah, it was really amazing. It was really, really amazing because the World Cup, it's like the biggest tournament for the youths, the youth players,
Yeah.
and going into it with Nigeria representing my country, you can imagine I'll be like, that Umeh from Barracks, from the street.
Mm.
For me, it's really meant a lot. It really meant a lot because that's been my dream. It's like a dream come true. It was a dream come true. The feeling is so massive. I can't even explain it, but I was like, wow, checking the players we have in Nigeria, also in the youth level, a lot. Amazing talent we have in Nigeria. If you check, you see, but so being there is like a privilege, but um, I think with hard work, things just come true and just God's plan. I just found myself there. I was really happy. It was a privilege because this is why I always wanted to represent my country, you know, to play at this level. And so you can't imagine the joy. It was really massive. I was so happy, super happy. I was
Mm.
super happy.
And I mean, you got to play in every game of the tournament. Not everybody can say that, even though you started some, you didn't start some, but you played in every single game, and you got two assists as well. You were not able to score, but you got two assists.
Yeah.
So, overall, how would you rate your own individual performance at that tournament?
Um, not scoring, yeah, makes me not really not comfortable, I would say, because yeah, I
Mm.
wanted to score, like that. But the games I the games the important game, the strong games, I came in and gave assists. I was like the deciders for the games. And it
Yeah.
was like I always come in and then bring the goal. Like the one against Italy, we were playing like 0-0. I came in, I think the 50th minute or something like this, and then 54th minute, like that, something like this. I can't remember the time. I came in and I got the assist. And then the game turned around and then we won. So for me, it was okay. It was a good feeling, at least. It was an impact.
Yeah.
And then the one against Argentina, the other assist, I came in also and we got the first goal again. I gave assist and we got the first goal again. So for me, it was okay. It was okay, but I wasn't satisfied I didn't score. I wanted to score like every attacker was to always score, but it didn't work out for me. But it didn't bring me down because I kept fighting, I kept going,
Mm.
I got the assist, and at least it was in important matches, and I
Yeah.
got them. So it was like for me was okay.
No, and I mean, you're right. You were definitely the game changer in those two important matches because I remember that game against Italy. It was a game that a lot of people thought, no, these guys are going to beat us. They had
Yeah,
big name players in youth football then, all the Casadei, all those other kind
yeah,
of players. So people were like, no, these boys are going to lose.
they were
But
so good.
yeah, but we were able to get that win, and then of course, even that game against Argentina, when everybody was saying, they've tried to, but host nation, no, no, no,
Yeah.
no way, no way, and
That
then
game,
like you
that
said
game,
again.
that game was crazy. The whole atmosphere was filled with Argentine fans. Like everywhere was
Mm,
white and blue. Everywhere, the whole 20,000 or even more. Like everywhere, the noise, the bounce, everything. But we're like, it was like they wanted to eat us. Like we just few of us and the NFF staff, some of them, like just few, but the whole crowd. It was crazy. The atmosphere was mad.
mm,
They were like, they were like, they want to come at us. It was like you're just in the middle of these people,
mm.
and then we just kept fighting, 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 and in the end, we defeated them 2-0. 2-0 wasn't like we just escaped like that. It was 2-0
Yeah.
and top game because they have really good players. They were a really good squad, and in the tournament, they were really doing good. Like. And so it was for us knocking them out, beating them in their ground with their fans. Wow. Because already in the tournament, the Argentine fans, they liked the Nigerian team and the Argentina. They are their first
Mm,
option, but their second option was like the Nigerian team because they really liked our team. I don't know, in the tournament, if you ask anyone, the Argentine people, they like the Nigerian team. And then we knocked them out, and then the game against South Korea, they were against us, because they were supporting us in our games, and then when we knocked Argentina out, and then they were against us, but
mm.
later in the tournament when we got out, they just like they were applauding us, the Argentine fans like that. It was crazy. It was crazy.
And I mean, that South Korea game, I've spoken to a few of your teammates from that tournament. Till today, nobody understands how we lost that game. I think when I spoke to Abel Oguche, he
Yeah,
was even saying that for himself, that South Korea game was even the easiest game of the tournament. So he does not understand
obviously,
how we
obviously.
lost. What's your own take on that match? How did we lose to South Korea?
Oh my God. I didn't start that game, yeah. I didn't start the game. So for me, we dominated the game. It was like one of the games we dominated very well. Like they played really good the first half, coming into the game, they dominated. And for me, it was just confusing how we couldn't manage to score. They didn't manage to score in that game, you know. And the game was like Abe said, it was like one of the easiest games, like looking how they played and how dominant we were, you know. I was thinking like in my mind, I never expected to lose against South Korea. I never, if you had even before the game or the game, you said, you guys will lose against South Korea. I'd be like, "You crazy or what?" Because I swear, because how we play, and everyone, the teams, they were scared of us already.
Mm.
When we knocked the Italians and the Argentines, So me, I think it was just quite unfortunate that we didn't win that game because I was like, how? How? It was just shocking for all of us. The guy that even scored the goal, just it was a dead ball situation, set piece. Everyone can concede a goal like that. Just when you just maybe lose focus or lose a player and you just get hit, can be in there and then you start to struggle. That's what happened to us. It was just crazy because we dominated and dominated the game. And it's just unfortunate we didn't win that game. When I was on the bench in that game. First, I was like, I was like, we were fighting, we were dominating the game. At first, I was even calm. On the bed, I was calm. I was like, okay, because the way they were playing, I was calm, just focus on how to come in and make the difference, something like that. And then at some point, I was like, he called it like I said, play. Oh. I say, time they go, oh, no, we never score. Oh. Like that, like that, like that. It was crazy, I swear. It was crazy. I didn't even understand how we lost the game.
Mm,
I didn't understand.
okay. But when the game is over, you go back to the locker room. Obviously, everyone is sad, but when you had the chance to reflect back upon that tournament, overall, how do you think the team did in that World Cup?
To be honest, if I'm to be honest, I think we did well. I think we did well. Because you know why I said that? We proved a lot of people wrong. We proved people wrong because they didn't believe in us in that tournament. To be honest, they didn't thought we would even do what we did. You know, even in as much as okay, we didn't want to get eliminated by South Koreans. That was just the fuck up. But we did well. We did well. Me, I think we did well. When I reflect back how we started, how we came, how we fought, and stuff like that, how we fought. These games, people wrote us off. Like, they wrote us off. But at least from the game with Italy, they already wrote us off, but we skipped past it. We met Argentina again. Those are games people thought, it's finished. It's finished for us. But
Mhm.
we fought and we made Nigerians proud with that game. Everyone was shocked. And then the fuck up came against South Korea. But for me, I think we did well. It was okay. It was okay.